special thank you from the heart.
What up, y'all? I am your host, Young Smooth, and you're tuned into another episode of Kicking It With Young Smooth podcast. You know, the place where we chill out. Y'all listen to me rant for about an hour or so on hot topics and all that good old. You already know what it is. Don't forget that you can check me out on SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn, Google Music, which is now YouTube Music. Also the Google Podcast. So basically, if you had your Google Music at one point, download Google Podcasts. All of your favorite podcasts are still there, including this one, of course. And, you know, YouTube Music, just in case you need to listen to something. There's some good music there. I love it, actually, as a matter of fact. Spotify and also YouTube with the Kicking It With Young Smooth podcast on YouTube. So, real quick, just want to say about YouTube Music. It is actually really, really dope. It reminds me of Apple Music, but there's always like some more stuff. I found stuff I can always find the stuff from local artists or indie artists that I can't find anywhere else. So YouTube Music, as much as I was like reluctant on doing it, it is actually pretty dope. Alright, so did y'all get the Kick That lyric from last week? It was 6 foot, 7 foot by Lil Wayne. But I mean, come on now. The line was so iconic. It's no way that you couldn't get it. Absolutely no way. So, you know what? And I also want to give shout out. So I want to shout out Trap Dior for the t-shirt from the other week that I got and I was actually wearing on the last show. I love their t-shirt. The t-shirt is awesome. Want to shout out Montego Clothing. I have worn their brands and I bought the mask, a few t-shirts. Want to shout Unknown Vision Clothing. They have put me in some nice stuff. I love that sweatshirt. I'm excited. It's getting cold again to be able to wear it because I kind of bought it towards the end of winter, earlier part of spring. So I'm excited about that. Definitely can't wait to wear that again. And I'll be buying more pieces. And then the other place that I wanted to shout out, that's how you know when you're trying to elongate it to be like, what was this? What was sponsored? Oh, Butter for Every Season. That is a friend of mine. Make sure y'all check out that website. I have a few things that I'm ready to order from them as well, and I'll let you know, and I'll be talking with them real soon. So I do have a lot of friends that are doing a lot of stuff, and I wanted to kind of start the show off before I get into the Kick That Lyric, let you know I am definitely doing sponsorships. So if you are looking to sponsor your situation, you can actually, you know what, actually, what I'll do is I'll actually leave it in, I wonder where I'll leave it. I'll let you know before the end of the show where you guys can reach me. That's going to be a thing. I think about it as I'm doing the show. Because some things may change. I don't know if I want to use one email or another. I'll figure it out. However, we'll put it to good use and we'll make it happen. So, moving on with the show. First of all, let's do that Kick That Lyric. So, this one comes from an iconic MC. This person has changed the game, the landscape, the way it looks, music videos. I've probably done this person before, but I love this particular song. It has Jay-Z in it. It has a message. It is, again, just the landscape of hip-hop has completely changed due to this person. And so, in the King's English, it states, "Motherfuckers better wake up. Stop selling crack to the black. Hope you brought a spare for your flat. Can't accept me talking real facts. Down the hill like Jill and Jack. I speak what your weak mind lacks. You heard that? I'm creative to the fullest. What you talking about, Willis? Cause your talking never kill it. I hear but don't feel it. Thou ain't realist. You just sweet meat in the village. Yeah, I'm a Don Diva, Don Neva. Y'all not seen her, heater squeeze into a wife beater. Yup, I'm a top leader. I got that Martin Luther King fever. I'ma need to see you what your teacher need to preach you. It's time to get serious. Black people all areas. Who gonna carry us? It ain't time to bury us. Cause music be our first love. So let's cherish it. Actually, that last part was one of my favorites. I had to read it over again where it was like, cause music is our first love. Say I do, let's cherish it. Complete bar sensitivity over here. However, if y'all guess it, hit me on my inbox on Instagram or on Facebook and let me know that y'all got that lyric. And I'll definitely check back with you. And we'll start throwing some prizes out there. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So let's get into the ratchet and ridiculous of this week. It's a lot of good stuff. It's some other, alright stuff, and then we're gonna have a really good one. This is actually one of my favorite albums this week, so we'll go over it in detail. We'll talk a little bit more. I am dry-mouthedness, so forgive me for the sip in the middle of the show. I apologize. Ain't no way. See, it was a little different when I was with somebody else. At least I could take the take the sip of water and not just have random bouts of quietness, but whatever. Anyway, Ratchet and Ridiculous is as follows. Tory Lanez apologized to Megan Thee Stallion in a text after the shooting. I was just too drunk. I pause because y'all should see my face because I can't. Don't nobody give a fuck, Tory. If you don't sit your little dumb ass there, don't nobody care, Tory. Don't nobody care. I think I haven't even read this article yet. Well, no, I've read the article. I just have not just started to read it out loud yet. And I'm really at a point already just from reading the headline where I'm like, bruh, it don't even matter that you was drunk. Like, none of that matters. Like, why are you being stupid? Anyway, TMZ reports that Tory Lanez allegedly admitted to a violent act and then apologized to Megan Thee Stallion on the night of the shooting. Please. The reports say the reports say TMZ seen the text that Meg received on July 12th, the night of the bloody incident. Reportedly, Tory wrote, I know you probably never going to talk to me again, but I genuinely want you to know I'm sorry from the bottom of my... He blamed the violence. I guess it was supposed to be heart because he stopped. He blamed the violence on alcohol, saying I was just too drunk. TMZ says the Canadian rapper never referenced a gun or a shooting, but clearly mentioned that this is something he regrets sending. Nonetheless, shit should have never happened, and I can't change what I did. I'm paraphrasing because he didn't wrote this all type of wrong. I just feel horrible. He then said again, because I genuinely just got too drunk. Since the shooting, Tory Lanez was arrested for possession of a firearm, and Megan Thee Stallion announced on her Instagram Live that he did shoot her. I know we could talk about this ad nauseum, and I think that we really honestly have. Like, I said it, and I said it the other week. That ain't love. Shit just ain't love. I don't give a fuck how drunk you may be. That shit ain't love, bruh. I think a lot of people like to joke and be like, oh, he got a Napoleon complex and this, that, and the third. Very much so true. Very much so. However, it don't give you the right... Sir, you already knew you was in trouble anyway, and this is why Tory's kind of been staying real low on the whole situation, ain't really said a whole bunch of nothing. You done stayed real low about it anyway because you already had gun charges as it is. So, Playboy, you probably gonna get deported. And I've heard Pray Tell that it's been like, people have been like, he said that his streams haven't stopped. Bruh, nobody in their right mind right now should be checking for Tory Lanez's music. I'm just saying. Nobody should be checking for Tory Lanez's music at this particular point. And the reason being is because Tory, you did some fucked up shit. Regardless, if we're going to be in the Me Too movement and we're going, stand for women, and here was the other thought that I had about that. I'm going to say it in a second. But if we're going to stand by our women, we're going to stand by black women, we need to be more mindful of, what we're doing, what we're saying. So in no way, shape, or form, I don't give a fuck about this watch being on there. In no way, shape, or form can we just allow someone to do it. See, this is where we get things confused. A lot of times black folk sit back and be like, but I could separate the art. Can you really separate the art? Can you really separate the art from the person? Like, if the person didn't exist, there would be no art. So pain is life and life is pain, and all of those things get intertwined with it. How do you separate it? Like, for instance, I just yesterday, I love this Kelly Price song. It was a friend of mine, as a matter of fact. Came on, it was in my playlist. I really, I listened to it, but I listened to it with a little bit of nausea because I had to go through the whole song and listen to R. Kelly. I still stand on my stance by that. You know what I'm saying to you? I ain't watched the Cosby Show since all of this didn't happen, and primarily because shit, you can't find the shit nowhere no more. But in addition to that, like, I also don't listen to R. Kelly music. I've taken it off all of my lists. I don't do that. And the same will be said for Tory Lanez. It will be said for Tory Lanez. Like, yo, bruh, we can't forgive you for that. That's not love. That's especially with the fact that the black woman is the most unprotected, underrated person or being in this society, and you shot one. But we supposed to be okay with that. Oh, why? So if y'all still out here listening to Tory Lanez music, I ain't saying call for a whole boycott, but I am. Because I kind of am. Fuck it. I'm just saying, like, yo, I love Chick Tape 5. I thought it was a brilliant piece of work. I love, what he did. I love the fact that he had all the, 2,000 artists on it. Ashanti being on the cover. All of those things. That was all wonderful, all fine and dandy. But when life, and this is not even life imitating art, because your art and your life are not linking. It just didn't make sense. But when this becomes something where our women are no longer protected, how do we sit back and not stand up for that? This is the same shit that I talked about almost 2 years ago with the whole R. Kelly thing. How do we as a community not stand up for what's right? When girls are saying, yo, this motherfucker molested me, or this motherfucker did something wrong to me. Why do we not stand up for those girls? Why do we be like, why are we so quick to say, oh, they was fast, or it was the parents, and this, that, and the third? Y'all can say what you want to. You can say what you will, and feel however you want to about that. But every situation ain't your situation, and every black situation is a black situation until it's not. And at that particular moment, it's just not. It's just not, y'all. Like, I can't stress the fact more than ever that Tory did some fucked up shit, and part of us needs to take that away from him. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve beautiful black queen. You don't deserve for us to continue to support you when your actions don't call for a level of support. They just do not. They do not. But moving on from there. Return of the G. Andre 3000 spotted out living his best life with flute in hand, and the ATL is outside. Real quick, I read this and I just want to tell y'all some petty. I'm gonna have to turn this watch off because that shit's gonna make me mad. But y'all is some petty motherfuckers for real. Y'all petty as shit. And I'm telling you what, y'all petty as shit. Yo, let that man be great. You know what I'm saying to you? You already fucked up his whole life situation with hip hop and his love and relationship with hip hop. He don't even want to do the shit no more. So we not getting no Outcast shit. But y'all out here talking about that man look homeless. He older, he got grades now. He want to be one with the world and be out there with his flute. Allow him to do that. But don't be sitting out this bitch talking about Andre look homeless. It just is what it is. I wish y'all could see my face right now because I don't even think I could formulate that thought. Even though he is very removed from the hip-hop world, Andre 3000 is still very much in high demand. He was seen out on the town and the internet was here for it, which is great. I love the fact that y'all took pictures with that man. I'm glad he was happy to take pictures. But I saw a lot of memes. I saw a lot of shit like y'all being like he homeless and shit. Like, no, I don't think that's the case. As spotted on Hip Hop DX, there was a very rare sighting of the elected MC that gave joy to Outkast fans far and wide. Last week, Staple Design founder Jeff Staple met up with 3 Stacks and shared the experience with the world. On a clip that has now gone viral on social media, Benjamin is seen walking up to Staples wearing a long sleeve real tree camouflage shirt, a beaded necklace, drawstring pants, and a pair of high top sneakers. It's obvious he is one of the one with the land, as he's letting his grooming go to the wild with a very natural approach to his hair and beard. Nevertheless, we can feel the positive vibes through his signature smile. This is not the first time the Hey Y'all rapper, I hate when articles do that, I really do, has been seen playing his instrument with not a care in the world. Back in April of 2019, he was randomly playing his flute on the street of Philadelphia. While fans were hesitant to approach him, they were glad they did, as he was welcoming, and everyone that he met, he spoke to and said hello. I think that personally, I believe that Andre is at a better space where he is not. He won. He won. Like there is a level. There comes a level in a time in your life where you are one. I didn't. Like I said, that article was the good article about it. However, I have seen other people talking about he looked homeless and this, that, and the third. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I almost didn't recognize him at first. I was like, who the fuck? Why are y'all? The first time, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the clip, that was the first thing that I thought. I was like, who is this homeless man? But then I looked, I was like, oh shit, that's Andre 3000. Oh wow. And I think it's really great that, like, he don't care no more. Like this industry bullshit that we all try to put on and personify, and we gotta look great, and we gotta do this, and we gotta do all of that. It's not real. Most of y'all are still wiping the eye boogers out of your nose right the fuck now. Out of your nose. Eye boogers out of your nose. Wow. Wow, Troy. Wow, really? Most of y'all are still wiping the eye boogers out of your eyes as we speak. So, there's that. Oh. But, 3000, I would love another Outkast album. I don't need a double. You know what? I don't need a double. I don't even need a whole big project. You can give me 4 or 5 songs. Let's rock out. Like, when new artists came back, like Missy Elliott, when she came back and she gave us Iconology, we had 4 or 5 songs. I was absolutely fine with that. However, Nas, being a more seasoned MC, gave us a full album. The Lox have given us a full album. If Outkast could come back with something that was just enough, maybe 4 to 8 songs, we could be cool with that. Although, even though, truth be told, their body of work is not like that. It's definitely not. But I think that this industry has really sullied Andre on coming back. Like, these are innovators and creators, and they did things for Atlanta that changed the landscape of Southern hip hop forever. And to kind of see where it is now, and the fact that the bars are not always hitting, it's kind of like, why? I feel I'm like, you a dope ass MC. What's the point? And I love the fact that he has this new nonchalant, carefree kind of attitude about everything, which is great. So I'm here for it. I do not feel like he's homeless. I just feel like, is one with the earth, and that is fine. So shout out to Andre 3000. I really hope that you come back and give us some fire. But if you don't, peace and blessings, my brother. Tiana Taylor gives birth to baby girl Rue Rose. Congrats to Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. The couple welcomed their second daughter, Rue Rose Shumpert, on Sunday, September 6th, in a fashion they're all too familiar with at home birth. For those that don't know, she actually gave birth to Junior. Almost gave birth to Junior on the bathroom floor, which, again, if y'all have not gotten Tiana Taylor's album, what are you waiting for? What is wrong with you people? Shit is fucking awesome. Tiana quotes, "Not in a million years would you be able to tell me we deliver both of our daughters in a bathroom without the assistance of a hospital," Shumpert exclaimed. Actually, I'm sorry, Mon said that. "Our newest addition entered the world in the water and came out looking around and ready to explore." So I will say this before I move on to the rest of this article. I honestly, it's a testament to women. Everybody ain't built like that. Everybody ain't built like Tiana. I don't know how Tiana doing it, because it's the second time that you done gave birth in somebody's bathroom or in a tub or somewhere. I don't know how you doing it, but kudos to you, because that is a super vagina right there, okay? Because everybody is not built like this. Some people need the epidural, like, let's, But no, I think that is dope that they were able to do so, though. That is great. Roommates baby number 2 for the Shumperts, who welcomed their adorable baby Junie back in 2016. Junie was also delivered in a bathroom in Sans Hospital. The Shumperts' second baby girl, arriving early through a small monkey wrench into Tiana's initial birth plan. She wanted Erykah Badu to act as the doula for her pregnancy, but Rue had other issues. Had other ideas. That would have been dope, because that's what Erykah do. Erykah's a doula. She know how to bring life into the world. That's what she do. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm still mad that the pussy incense is gone, because you can't go on Badu World for shit. Like, I I haven't been there in a while, so maybe she restocked on the pussy incense, but I would like to understand what the pussy incense smell like, because I'm very curious. Tiana revealed she was pregnant back in June with a video for Wake Up Love. Junie joined her mother and father in bed, and Tiana clutched her growing belly bump as Junie kissed it and cradled it. The second pregnancy was a lot different for Taylor as opposed to the first. She states, I was nervous. Like, Junie was unexpected, so it's like with the new baby, like, sometimes, she said like a lot. Sometimes I feel like the birth of Junie didn't hurt because I was so in shock. She shared with ET. So now being prepared for it, I'm back to square one, like, oh my God, the whole baby's about to come out of my vagina. Facts. The things that's going through my head is like, oh, this is about to happen. I'm learning now every pregnancy is different, she added. I've been sick in ways I've never expected with Junie, with the new baby. So I can't assume that the next birth is going to probably be as seamless or as quick. I ain't gonna front. I'm thinking in my head, there's so much stuff running through my head, I don't know what to do with myself. I have heard, without us having children, I've heard, pray tell, I give it up for y'all, okay? Because I love my cousin, my favorite cousin in the world. I remember when she had her first daughter. It was so weird. It was so weird. Now that we think about it, just think about it, because we were kids. We were in our we were like 19, 20, so we were really, early. And I remember she was on the phone with me. We would always be on the phone, just tripping this, that, and the third. So at one point, she could have had a home birth if it wasn't for me, because I was like, hey, yo, you notice that you throwing this phone down every like 5 minutes or so, you know what I'm saying? Because you talking about these contractions, because in my head we tripping and joking. She had the Braxton Hicks before, so it didn't dawn on me. But there's something said, Troy, she is pregnant and that she's probably having this baby right now, and like it's getting closer to my birthday, so we talking about what I want to do and this, that, and third. And so I go and I'm like, hey yo, cuz you do realize you throwing this phone every 10 minutes or so. You might want to get off the phone with me and call your mother before you had this baby in the house. She was like, you know what? You right. And then called her mother and had my first goddaughter that day. But it's hilarious because you never know. Like, God is always going to throw you the curveballs. I think that is hilarious. And shout out to my cousin for now. Yeah, God, I can't believe how quickly so much of the changing, because you a grandma now. Look at that. Look at God. God is awesome and amazing. Speaking of God being awesome and amazing, as my keys fall, Will Smith announces Bel Air drama will air on Peacock as a hour-long series. The series was based on Morgan Cooper's fan favorite film that dramatized The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I am so excited for this. I thought it was going to be a movie, but for the fact that it's going to be an hour-long drama, I'm definitely here for this. I am actually also very, very much so here. I hope that maybe they need to come to the red table or whatever, but I hope that I can find, because I haven't gotten a chance to look for it yet. I've been so enthralled in Girlfriends at this point on Netflix. Excuse me, don't ask why. But I hope that I can find when I finish this the interview with Will and Janet Hubert, because I want to see how I need them to put out a real situation. I need to see how they interacted and how that situation panned out. Now, for those who don't know who Janet Hubert is, Janet was the original dark skin Aunt Viv before they changed it to the light skin one. Because I really still don't know why she was there though, for real. Don't nobody know. And what's funnier, if you look through like y'all know I'm into like pop art and different art that I put, like, you know, the celebrities and stuff on my walls. The Fresh Prince was actually one of them. It's funny that when they do like the Fresh Prince stuff or Fresh Prince memorabilia, they never reference the newer Aunt Viv versus, they always reference the old one. They always show pictures of the old one. And rest in peace to John Avery, because that man was an amazing actor. The Bel Air drama has landed a home, and a new generation of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air will make its way to airways. Last month, there were rumors that the Bel Air drama that reimagines the popular comedic series with a more solemn approach was in talks to becoming a full-length series. It has turned out to be true, and the series, based on Morgan Cooper's famed fan film, has been dubbed as a interpretation of the 1990s sitcom, where viewers will explore deeper interpersonal relationships and conflicts with the character. Will Smith, the Fresh Prince himself, announced that Peacock has acquired the hour-long series for 2 seasons. Bel Air will be produced by Will and wife Jada Pinkett Smith. Y'all know they ain't losing no money. Westbrook Studios, along with Universal Television, will share the good news with Morgan Cooper in a video he posted on social media. We have just officially closed the deal with Peacock with an unprecedented 2-season order from a pitch, Smith said. I've been in this business for 30 years, and that does not happen. They ordered 2 full seasons of Bel Air based on the quality of the pitch, that the work that you guys have done. So I want to say congratulations. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for all of that too. In the caption on the video on Instagram, Smith praised Cooper's original film. Everybody sent it to me. It was outstanding. I had never envisioned revisiting the Banks family in this way. And he told us to check that out. When I tell y'all, check out that original trailer. That trailer was dope. We had talked about that like last year or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And in my retrospect, I thought like I would have been cool with just seeing it as a movie. I really would have. I would have been like, oh, okay, you know, that's cool. It's a little movie or whatever. We good. You know what I mean? And that is how you would do a reboot. Like, yo, I think the last time I seen one that was really, really good was when they did a fan situation to the Power Rangers. And like the Black Ranger went rogue and stuff like that. Like it was a more adult kind of feel to it. But that never got greenlit. But for this to get greenlit, for something that was a comedic sitcom to have more of a dramatic base in reality, because it's like what Will kind of talked about is like, well, what would Hillary look like in this new Instagram, you know, model kind of world, or Uncle Phil fighting, the law and protesting it, and seeing young black men being locked up that look very similar to his son, and Will's drama when he had to leave from Philadelphia to Bel Air. You know what I'm saying? So how does all of that kind of pan out in a 2020 world versus where it was in the 1990s, and in a more serious, in-depth topic? So I'm very, very excited. I do hope, to be honest with you, I don't know who they're going to get, because that's going to be the crazy part. I don't know if I would love to see the new faces for the people that were in that original fan trailer. Like, that would be dope. You know what I'm saying to you? Because y'all did it for the love of what it is, and then you get a chance to do it on a bigger scale. I would love for that to be the case. I think this is the best way to do a reboot of this nature, because the Fresh Prince did hit on so many topics like that. I don't think that you could ever do Martin like that. Like you couldn't do Martin in a dramatization. It's just not going to happen, because it was too comedically funny. But I think that because this touched on so many topics, like everybody remembered, like Will's abandonment with his dad, like that episode is an episode that strikes in people's hearts, or them being wrongly accused, so on and so forth. I was thinking to myself, another show that I would love to be rebooted in a better way. I would love to see A Different World rebooted, like right now. Like, I wanted it like a couple of years ago, because like right now doesn't seem plausible, because it wouldn't make sense. You know what I'm saying to you? The reason why I say that it wouldn't make sense is because with the pandemic going on, it seems kind of odd for everybody to be just, going to college and we all together and this, that, and the third. But I thought about this a couple of years ago. Like, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as Bel Air is. It really doesn't have to be that dramatic. But maybe if they brought back the characters originally, like Dwayne and Whitley and Freddie and Kim and Ron, and then now you're looking at their children go to college, because this would be like the perfect time for that. And you can still do it in a sitcom kind of way. You know what I'm saying to you? You definitely could. But with Rona still in the air, I think it is a little bit difficult at this particular point. Okay. But that was just a thought I had. So, somebody cut the check. So the versus battle happened, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was not ready for that. So this was more of a versus, like, for my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like this is a versus for my mother, which I didn't even talk to her about this, but I think that this versus was more for my mama than it was for me at all, because I was like, what is going on here? Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle, icons, legends, amazing, all of those things. I personally, in my mind, when I watched, I didn't watch all of it because it didn't hype me like Brandy and Monica. It didn't hype me like the rest of, like, I even liked the Ludacris and the and Nelly and 112 and Jagged Edge and Brandy and Monica and so on and so forth. I liked it because it spoke to my generation. This personally for me did not speak to my generation. It was good, but if I had to give a winner for me because my mother loved it, loved her, is definitely going to be Patti LaBelle. Patti, had them songs that was in the high register, but Patti's songs are also more familiar to my generation than Gladys Knight songs are, because a lot of Patti's music resonated in the 80s and the 90s as well, and Patti was more visible. She was on different shows like A Different World as well. So with, all of that kind of going on, and there being, the influx of that R&B sound for the 90s and all of her music there, I was like, okay, cool. I can rock with it. I can rock with it. However, I felt like, for me, this was very close and very similar to the Erica Badu and Jill Scott's verses. Like, I love Erica and Jill, but there's a time and a place for Erica and Jill. You know, there's a time and place for like Kirk Franklin and them, which is fine. Again, no shade, no diss. I'm just saying, it just didn't get me hype. It just didn't give me the amount of what I needed from either one of them. And that could just be, and it just is about the taste of what you like. And what I also think is that I do love the fact that Versus is getting huge. Like, I definitely have said that. I've said it many, 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 many times. But what I was not here for was this particular one. I just was not. I was very confused. I was like, is this not past their bedtimes? They like 80 years old. But again, I'm not even gonna clown the legends. Let's make sure that we give our flowers to the legends. I will say this though, the streaming wise for this particular one was not great. I think that let's be clear. Legends will be legends. They will be. Hold on one second. And an icon will always be an icon. However, we in a new era, and it's strange because you go from the Brandy and Monica numbers that smash everybody's number to a kind of lower number, and I'm not even gonna put the numbers out there, but it was the second highest battle. Now, a lot of talk has surfaced about who we think should be next, and while we've been in quarantine, we've definitely been in our whole situation about, okay, who should be on the next verses, who should do this, who should do that. I want y'all to know the Little Kim and Nicki Minaj one will never happen. It will never happen. It will never happen in the way that we would like it to happen. I think that hip hop has made it that way. So they super petty. And each other like, yo, y'all both queens at the top of your game. Why you can't make this happen? The reason that you can't make this happen is because so many people put so many things into the soup for so long that you can't make it happen. However, I really believe that it would be a phenomenal look. Like, for instance, if the Brandy and Monica one did not teach us anything, it taught us that you can separate your differences. Excuse me. You can separate your differences and conversations that need to be had. Like, I feel like real conversations need to be had prior to them doing anything. And I believe that when Nikki comes back, because she will, because, it's inevitable. When she comes back after having this baby, I think that her perspective will be completely different. One of the things that I really thought about for quite a while with Nikki, and this is, again, there's no shade, so Barb, stand down. But I think Nikki was realizing in her time frame before she got pregnant that she was one of the only female MCs that was in the top part of the game, or visible female MC that didn't have a child. And I think that she felt like that was missing. And it was almost like a little bit of a rage kind of situation. I think that the conversations need to be had, because after doing my research and watching so many videos of who said what and who shot John, it's petty. It don't mean nothing when both of you have contributed so much to this culture. So much so that it would make complete sense for y'all to do it. Now, another person brought up something else that I like and I think would also still work very well. I don't think that it would be more of a head-to-head battle, but it would be an admiration of each other, because we really have not, in these versus battles, that's one thing you haven't gotten is the female MC. I advocate for it because I'm that person that fights for the underdog and the little guy. Like, you ain't gonna fuck with the underdog, you ain't gonna fuck with the little guy. And I feel like in this realm, the female MC is becoming, or is that at this point. So, a good one for the culture in general, just for the support, even though their lanes are completely different, would be Missy Elliott and Little Kim. Okay? Lanes, yes, completely different. However, nobody could not say, number one, Timbaland done work with both of them, Swiss done work with them. It's an easy sell. Number two, as you saw from Brandy and Monica, the females are going to sell. Number three, it'll give a visibility to both. And not that they need it, because they don't. Because, like, in the last 2 years, both have come out with projects. Kim, not so much with this 9 situation, because y'all ain't even buy that. It was so bad. It was so bad. Oh, it was so bad. Yo, and this also makes me hope. My fingers are crossed for 2020, 2020, 2021. My fingers are crossed that we get a Foxy Brown album. Let me explain why. Talked about Full Circle, talked about that. But one of the things that I've noticed on the level of consistency is that Foxy has not changed Foxy from the core of Foxy. Just like that's the reason that Iconology worked out so well with Missy. It worked out so well because Missy stayed Missy to Missy. And hardcore fans of Missy said, oh, my bitch back. Oh, Missy doing Missy. Missy about to kill you with this. So in my mind, I believe that if you gave me a Little Kim and a Missy Elliott versus, it would shut the internet down. I don't think that it would be a battle, because it's not, because it's genuinely two MCs that really, honestly, truthfully love each other and fuck with each other. So that would make this so much easier. But somebody said it. I was on somebody else's live the other day, and somebody said it, and Missy and Kim would be fucking phenomenal. So I would love to see it. I think it would be great. That would be great for the culture. I think that we need to start advocating for it. Like right now, let's throw it in the air. So that about wraps up this week's edition of Ratchet and Ridiculousness. I'm so sorry. You know what? It really wasn't. It wasn't bad this week. It wasn't bad. It could be worse. I feel like next week is not going to be as great. But you get a good week, you get a bad week. Anyway, moving on. This is one of my favorites. It's my favorite album. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. This album is a 2002 classic. It is literally a bop from beginning to end. It might as well have been a Biggie and a Scarface project, because that was pretty much the sound that was kind of going on, and that was the sound that Irv Gotti apparently was going for at the moment. But Ashanti. It's like Candyman. You say the name 3 times, maybe she'll appear. Hey, okay. Ashanti is the self-titled debut album of an American singer-songwriter, Ashanti, released in April 2nd, 2002. Sidebar. It is. I don't know if we can say that like sex sells so much, because that is a thing. But I remember being in Target maybe the week after it came out, and I was on my Nokia phone, don't judge my life, with one of my best friends, and I called and was like, yo, Ashanti is out, but there's this other girl named Tweet. I was like, and they were both on the shelf. Those were the main ones. And I was like, I don't know which one I should get. So my friend ain't never know how. Let me be clear. Some friends that don't spend money on the phone with your friends, because some people will convince you that you should get two of whatever you was trying to buy, and I have done it. And I can't be on the phone with my friends because I don't ever have horse blinders. I go in the stores and be like, "Ooh, I should get this," and especially because I work so hard, I'll be like, "Ooh, I should go ahead and get this and get that." No, so but however, I did end up that day buying both Ashanti and Tweet's Southern Hummingbird, so I did. But released via Murder Inc. and Island Def Jam Records, this album was recorded in New York City and Los Angeles between 2001 and 2002, during the period of where Ashanti was writing for other artists. The music was the sound of R&B and hip-hop soul. The album featured guest vocals from Gotti, Ja Rule, and the late Notorious B.I.G. Contributions of albums productions came from the wide range of producers, including Irv Gotti, Seven, Aloralis, don't quote me on that, and Chink Santana, along with Jared Thomas and Reggie Wright. Ashanti debuted at number one on the U.S. Billboard 200s and the top R&B hip hop album chart with first week sales of 503,000 units in the first week. Yes, that was one of them. The biggest first week sale for a debut female artist up to then. The album was certified triple platinum. Come on, Shawnee. That's why we be mad when little white girls try to come in and take your shit. Like, bitch, I'm not going to get back on that. I'm not going to do her. I'm not going to do that. The album was certified triple platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, the RIAA, for shipments of 3 million copies on December 17th, 2002. It earned 3 Grammy Award nominations for Best New Artist, Best Female R&B Vocal Performance, and Best Contemporary R&B Album, winning in the latter category. Billboard magazine ranked Ashanti at number 100 on its top 200 albums of the decade. Come on, girl, you was right there. You was at the top. The album has sold 10 million copies worldwide. The album was promoted by 4 singles. Foolish was released as the lead single from the project and peaked atop record charts of 15 nations, including the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, with subsequent singles additionally becoming top 10 charting hits such as Happy and Baby. And I can tell you that this is an iconic ass album because as I say the names of the songs, I hear the songs in my head, which is weird. And Baby is still, don't judge my life. I had just met my wife around this time, so Baby is still my ringtone on my phone when she called. It's weird, I know, don't judge me. She also performed on several television shows and award ceremonies. Furthermore, Ashanti later opened for the North American leg of Mariah Carey's worldwide concert tour, Charm Bracelet World Tour. Okay, a little background about Ashanti. I am so sorry. I have talked entirely so much that I am taking a whole bunch of sips of water, but I am drinking alkaline water, trying to get my pH in balance. Black men, get your pH together. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so when Ashanti was 14, she was discovered by P. Diddy's Bad Boy Records. Initially, she went to Bad Boy Records and sang one of Mary J. Blige's songs in front of P. Diddy and Biggie Smalls. After being impressed by her singing ability, Diddy later signed her to a development deal, but due to a bad contract, are we surprised? Ashanti did not sign with Diddy. Whew, close call. This ultimately led to a record deal with Jive Records in 1994. The relationship soured with Jive after the relationship soured when Jive tried to make Ashanti into a pop singer. I remember hearing about this. Ashanti subsequently involved herself in schoolwork, cheerleading, and running on her school's track team. She was an honor roll student in English and belonged to the English club where she began writing poetry. She was also in the drama club and performed in a few plays. She put college pursuits aside when Epic Records approached her with a contract in 1998. However, the label's management changes quickly made Ashanti a low priority. She continued to perform at local New York clubs and began hanging out at the Murder Inc. record studio, hoping for another big break. Ashanti was first noticed by Irv Gotti because of her vocal skills. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be. Let me not be shady like that, because again, this is not the story that we're talking about. We're not talking about Irv and Ashanti. We're talking about Ashanti by herself. There we go. Ashanti initially asked him to produce a few demo songs for her to record so she could say she had some strong tracks by the big time producer, but Gotti had a different idea. Y'all shut up, y'all not making that no better. He asked her to pen hooks for his rap artists, well damn, and to perform with them in duets. Ashanti provided the melodious response to their call. Ashanti was first featured as a background vocalist on rapper Big Pun's song How We Roll. 'Cause that's how we roll. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, don't judge me. I feel y'all judge me. In the same year, Ashanti was featured on fellow label mate Cadillac Ty's single POV City Anthem, POV City Anthem, whatever. And don't nobody care about Black Tie no way. And Just Like a Thug. She also appeared on the 2001 The Fast and Furious soundtrack as a featured artist on Rapper Vita's 2001 hip-hop remake of Madonna's Justify My Love. I do remember that. And on the solo track When a Man Does Wrong, she appeared as a background vocalist on I'm Real... Okay. Y'all about to make me go there. A Murder Inc. remix, a collaboration by label mate Ja Rule and Jennifer Lopez. She also appeared in music videos for Ain't It Funny. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick because I can't. It's in my spirit. I can't even go up back and not say it. Let us give Ashanti her props, okay? Because we talk about that she was background vocals. No, motherfucker, she was lead vocals in that shit. Jennifer Lopez, I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit. Jennifer Lopez cannot sing. Why y'all keep trying to put it like she can? When Ashanti's vocals were never taken off of the track, and there are many proven records that it was not. It was never taken off the fucking track. I don't like that. Like, y'all, stop coming for Ashanti. Give her motherfucking flowers. That pen game is sick. Stop playing with this girl. Y'all is playing. I don't like that. I don't think... The one thing I love about Ashanti is that humbly she'll go in history is not really saying anything about that. But this is another level of us needing to protect black women. Yo, she wrote it. Don't let this Puerto Rican princess be fooled like she can sing. Jennifer Lopez can dance and she can act. When your mama tell you that you can't sing, sis, you can't sing. Just saying. Anyway, let's see where we are. Where we at? She also appeared in the music video for Ain't It Funny, the Murder Inc. remix. The second duet between Lopez and Rule for which she wrote and also sang background vocals on. And was featured on Fat Joe's What's Love and Ja Rule's Always on Time. What's Love and Always on Time were released simultaneously and became two of the biggest hit songs of 2002. Ashanti became the first female artist to occupy the top two positions on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 charts simultaneously when Always on Time and What's Love were at number 1 and 2 respectively. Yo, so for me, I know What's Love, Fat Joe's What's Love with Ashanti inside and out. The reason why was because that song was on the Joanna Man soundtrack, I want to say. I think it was Joanna Man. And at the time when that movie came out, me and my wife, who wasn't even my girlfriend at the time, we would we were sweeping the theaters, or we worked in a movie theater together, so we would sweep the theater, sweep out the popcorn, get ready for the next show or whatever, and that song will always come on, and it just literally in my mind I can hear it all over again. And that's the impact that Ashanti has. Like, this first album meant everything to everyone. Like, it gave hip hop heads a moment to say, oh, wait a minute, hold, who's that chick on a Biggie beat or on a Scarface beat? Like, was it Baby? Yeah, Baby is a Scarface beat, and then Foolish was the Biggie beat, and there are just other beats in general that are kind of in that realm. But and then it was funny because for that it gave us kind of that Mary J. Blige feel. You know what I'm saying to you? It was like, oh, this girl is doing like these remixes over top of some real hip hop beats. So I love it. I love this album. So anyway, moving on. Promotion. The album's lead single, titled Foolish, was released on January 29, 2002. The song became Ashanti's biggest solo success to date, spending 10 consecutive weeks on top of the U.S. Billboard Hot 100s and Hot R&B Hip Hop Singles and Tracks charts. It was eventually first ranked on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and Hot R&B Hip Hop Singles 2002 year-end chart for 11 straight weeks, tying with Nelly's single Dilemma, but not for 11 straight weeks. So it within that time frame. It was a breakthrough hit internationally, entering the top 5 in the United Kingdom, the top 10 in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Germany, and Japan, and the top 20 in Switzerland and the Netherlands. Foolish was later officially remixed, titled Unfoolish, with guest appearance from the deceased rapper Notorious B.I.G. was released only just for radio ads. I love that song. I do. The album's second single, Happy, was released on May 21st, 2002. The song peaked at number 8 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and number 6 on the Hot R&B and Hip Hop Songs chart. The single became Ashanti's second top 10 hit as a solo artist. It was a moderate success internationally, reaching the top 10 in the Netherlands, the top 20 in the United Kingdom, New Zealand, and the top 40 in Australia, Ireland, Switzerland, and France, so on and so forth. The album's third single, Baby, was released August 17th, 2002. The song peaked at number 15 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and number 7 on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Song charts. The single became Ashanti's third top 20 hit as a solo artist in her career. Dreams was released as a promotional single with a live performance music video with clips from Ashanti's career. Okay. So I'm not going to go through this. Oh, there is one part that I will go through. So Ashanti was definitely fighting at this particular point. A lot kind of going on all at that time in 2002, so we still had the pop era before pop tried to change over into an R&B status. She was the new girl on the block. Her music and her voice was being sampled, stolen. Call the shit what it is. The shit was stolen. Her voice was being stolen. And allegedly or unallegedly, I don't know, the relationship with her Gotti, which was a whole lot going on. There are many different channels that touch heavily on this. I think like Black Femininity touched on it on YouTube, and the Impressive channel touched on it as well. So make sure y'all go check those out. Black Reality Gossip, I think, touched on it, where they do kind of like a documentary on like black celebrities' love lives and stuff like that. So definitely touch that. So going over some of the tracks. Of course, you have the main intro, which was just the interlude. But I'm sorry, the main intro before the main song. One of the things that I love, there was a very clever take on this particular album, was that all of the songs were one word. So it was something different. It was something that we didn't see, and that was the genius of Irv. I love that. So you start off with Foolish. I do it better than Danielle, though. I will, because I don't know what that little white girl was doing, but see my days ago without you. I don't know what she did. Why did she do the shit so dry though? Because the little white girl was like, "See my days are cold without you, and I'm hurting while I'm weak." It was so weird. Anyway, then you have Happy, Leaving. Can't leave me alone. That was my shit. You have a call skit with her and Irv Gotti, which is hilarious. And it was like, I'm leaving you because of the shit you doing. I was like, oh, y'all acting real serious. I love this. Then you have Call. Then you have Scared. The first part of Scared is hilarious. It was like, yo, what's up, man? Yo, you scared? Oh, why? I be scared too. Fucking with a nigga like me. I love that. I love that. Don't judge my damn life. That was my shit. Let's see. Then Rescue. Yo, again, I know for copyright reasons, it's the only reason I can never play the music, because I would, but I'm just not going to, because I wouldn't be playing no skippets, no samples. I would be playing the whole thing, because this shit is good, and I'm probably going to play it after I finish. However, it is one of those things as an album that's so iconic, when you can hear every track in your head, and that's how long I played these tracks. It is great. Then you have Baby, Voodoo, Movies. Movies was my shit. I wanna feel like the girls in the movies. And make someone love and makes him drop to his knees. And even though he's mine. Yes, I love that. That's my shit. The fight skit where it be like, yo, it's over. Oh yeah. And then you go back to Unfoolish, Dreams, and then the thank you song. Now, Ashanti got that register. That shit be all the way up here. My voice dry as shit right now, so I can't. So samples that are credited on this album. The Ashanti track, When a Man Does Wrong, Always on Time, with Ja Rule, Was Love, featuring Fat Joe, blah, blah, blah. So, Foolish and Unfoolish contain samples of DeBarge's Stay With Me. Happy contains samples of the Gap Band's Outstanding. Oh, it sure do. Shit. Yo, you ever just have an epiphany that you've been listening to a song for so long? Because it's like that... Like, yo, I did not realize that. Go back to listen to Happy and listen to the Gap Band, and I'm telling you, like, yo, I never knew that until, like, just this second, where I was like, oh yeah, it do. So then Baby contains samples of Scarface's Mary Jane. We all know that. Unfoolish contains the entire first verse of Notorious B.I.G.'s Fucking You Tonight. And Rescue contains a sample of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. Oh my God, it just hit me. Wow. I'm telling y'all, like, sometimes I'll read this stuff beforehand, but it didn't dawn on me like that. But yo, wait. So actually, Rescue contains the samples of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal and Sade's Cherish the Day. Oh my God, I so hear it in my head. That is so weird. Sorry, y'all. I know that doesn't help you. Dreams contains samples of DeBarge, Love Me in a Special Way. Yes, that I was aware of. Wow, I'm going to have to listen to Rescue all over again, because now... Oh, okay. Now, thinking about it, I'm going to have to, but I definitely hear the Sade and the Smooth Criminal thing, because it all makes sense. Now that it all makes sense. Okay. So, again, if you guys have not touched and just loved up on this classic, iconic ass album, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I really don't. It is amazing. It is, again, I didn't flap it around because it's in the case. It's, again, part of my love story. I just remember, I remember being in the popping room and popping popcorn, and, I would play this every day. I used to walk, kids will never know the struggle. I used to walk with a fresh pair of batteries, and the batteries that was in my Walkman, and I had the CD case book, and I had my headphones, and I would buy different headphones. I always loved big headphones that covered my ears so I could incorporate all the sound and drown out. I would walk every day to my job, and mind you, was not making enough money at all for anything. And I literally was like, yo, this album, it got a lot of girls through it. It had great classic elements. It had bops that made you feel a certain kind of way, and it was starting the new millennium off, in such a positive way. So, and again, it's part of it is literally a part of my love story. I remember it and vehemently remember the time of being just young and carefree, and we ain't had no problems, and my wife now at this point was driving oh god, this is 2002. Was driving 1986 Chevy Cavalier, and it was Blue Baby, and that was her first car, and it's like, yo, I love the carefree, no money, so broke, no responsibilities. And that is what the album Ashanti, self-titled album Ashanti, is for me. It is the moment of just carefree, no responsibilities. Now, what the album kind of surfaced on was themes of young love, and I think that is one of the things that we just don't have in R&B anymore. We really don't. We don't have that young love, that young, the innocence and the realization and the wake up call. Like, yo, respect Ashanti's pen, okay? Because that pen was ill for quite a while. I would say for me, Ashanti had Ashanti, Chapter 2, and Concrete Rose, which were the 3 albums that really solidified it for me with Ashanti. So, love this album. But that does wrap up this week's show. Very excited. I already have maybe the next week play. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking on my wall. You know what I'm saying to you. So I'm thinking about what my next artist is going to be. Might be that person. I don't know. So let's see. Couple of things. Oh, one. Thinking about where to send it. I am probably going to make a post on the Facebook page, and then eventually probably on the Instagram page, and later on Twitter or whatever, of where you guys can send the sponsorships if you want to work. And I'll start making the commercials for your products, because I know there are a lot of great people out here with products and designs and fashion and so on and so forth. I have an audience base. I want that to reach out to you guys. In addition, like, share, and subscribe the videos if you have not already. I'm going to try to get off my ass and be a little bit more active. I've been kind of in not necessarily a funk, I would say, but just in this lazy man mentality where I'm like, I want to make a video, but sometimes I just don't have anything to say. And so I put all of my eggs in this basket, but I'm about to start taking them out and put them in different baskets. So look out for that. Make sure y'all let me know about the Kick That Lyric. In addition, let's end the show out right. Fear. False evidence appearing real. It's only real in your mind if you make it real. Ashanti worked. She worked. You know what I'm saying? She pushed that pen and she made it real, and she is still a legendary icon, sex symbol. Cause y'all, that what was it, the source cover? She was greased up in front of the refrigerator. Anyway, Black Man Fantasy. Whew. So yeah, but I love this. I love this time. I didn't realize how great this time was. Cherish your time, cherish your youth. Once we get out of this foolishness of this whole pandemic and hopefully get Captain Cheeto out of the office, vote. At this particular point, I think that hopefully we'll get back to some type of normalcy. We need that. We need that in our lives, and I'm praying for it every day. Like, I just want us to get back because it's gonna be fun again. I think a lot of people have come up with some creative things, and it's gonna be fun. So I think other than that is pretty much it. I don't have any other announcements. I'm slowing my words down because I'm trying to think. Nope. Okay. So, y'all just tuned into oh, wait. Hold on, wait a minute. I did it. Real quick. So, you are aware, every beat that you have heard, like previously in the previous shows, all of those beats were originally O Beats, Obstacle Beats. Make sure y'all check him out on your social medias. That is a must. He is a phenomenal producer. But right now, all of the current beats are from my man Zodiac, KK, whatever you want to call him. But all of those beats are courtesy of him. I have another person that is sending me beats, so I really, really, really appreciate y'all. And make sure that you go and check them out, because again, art is love, and without your support, it ain't nothing. I'm gonna be 100% with y'all on that. So you can, I'm gonna kill him for this though, because I dislike the fact that his Instagram is like this. But nope, not gonna do that. You can check out my man Zodiac and the Feed the Animals movement at K_E_N_N_Y__. I hate him. I don't like him. I don't like my brother-in-law. I don't like him. And then don't forget that you guys can check out and Obstacle Beats at Obstacle_Beats. So make sure y'all check those artists out, because I will say that the music that has been on these shows for the last 130 some odd episodes has been amazing. It is not my bag that I am in. I do not make them. I do not own the rights to it, but I am very grateful for them, for the love and support, and for supporting something that I wanted to do and I will continue to do. I got some other projects that I'm working on that are in the works as well, so I'm kind of excited about that. I just need to figure out the time and, figure out that bag, because it's going to be serious out here in a minute, so I got to get all the little coin again. Anyway, once again, you have tuned into another episode of Kicking It With Young Smooth. Now, don't you feel good about it? I know you do. So, we will tune in next week. I see y'all. Alright? Hey.